Hey everyone, thank you for watching. Today's video I'm excited to do is going to be all about the new Colourpop Going Coconuts collection. They did send this over to me in PR. They also sent me along the Frozen collection. I did a poll on my YouTube community tab and I asked if you would like to see the Coconuts collection, the Frozen collection, or both. And both won out, but only by a very slight margin, and Coconuts was right behind it. So I figured I would go ahead and do the Coconuts collection first. And if you do still want to see a video on the Frozen collection with the Elsa and Anna palettes, please do just let me know in the comments. But I was really excited to get both of these collections from Colourpop. I didn't think I was going to get either of them. I get a few things here and there from Colourpop, but usually it's not their brand new releases, and usually it's not as they release. I tend to get things a little bit farther down the line. So this was really exciting for me, and I know a lot of you said you were really curious about this Coconuts collection. So I'm going to share with you swatches and a look with the eyeshadow palette, one of the bronzers. I have a lip shade on. I'll do close-ups of everything, again swatches, a demo, and I really do hope that you find this helpful. Real quick before we get started, I do want to say that I have the flu right now. So that really sucks. So I'm just going to try to get through this video really as quickly as I can and call it a day. I have been stuck in bed the past 2 days, which is so discouraging for me because I love to work. I had a really busy week ahead of me, and I went down, technically Monday night is when the symptoms first started. Tuesday I couldn't get out of bed. Wednesday was a pretty tough day, and now I'm filming this on Thursday, but I wanted to just get up and try to be a part of the world again, and to get this video filmed for Friday. So if you notice my voice or just my energy levels in general, I am trying to get over the flu right now, which is a big bummer. So just thought I'd throw that out there at you, but why don't we go ahead and jump into the video. So I'm going to start chatting about the Going Coconuts palette. So I know a lot of people said that you really enjoyed this palette. I talked about both this collection and the Frozen collection in my latest Will I Buy It that went up on Wednesday. I know a lot of you said that you really liked the looks of the Going Coconuts palette. I have a lot of neutral eyeshadow lovers on my channel, which is me too, and when you look at this, it's definitely very neutral, but I think that it's very pretty at the same time. Inside you have the 9 different shades. You do have a mirror that comes with it, and there are no glitter shadows in this one. So when I was talking about this one versus the Frozen, I did mention that I didn't think that this one had any glitters, and seeing it up close, there's no, you know, fine print on the box that says not safe for around eye use. So I will go ahead and insert some close-ups of the palette and chat you through the different shades that are in here. So we have Shred It, which is a creamy vanilla with silver pinpoints. Palm Reader is white with a gold flip. Colada is a cool taupe brown. Lovely Bunch is a mid-tone yellow brown. Coco Crush is an icy pale champagne. Shell Yeah is a neutral ginger brown. Get Crackin' is a cool brown with silver flecks. De Coco is an icy bronze with violet pinpoints. Violet pinpoints, yes. And Nutty is a deep umber. So that's a little bit about the shades inside the palette. And then to walk you through this very simple eye look that I did, again, battling the flu right now, going to film a video, take my makeup off, and go back to bed. But I just wanted to do something really simple and very me. So first I picked up Colada with a large blending brush, and I blended that into my crease a little bit above, just back and forth from inner to outer corner. And then I picked up a little bit of Shell Yeah with a smaller blending brush, and I put that on the outer part of my eye, blended it in just a little bit, about to the halfway point, but just really kept that kind of focus on the outer part of my eye. And then I used the center shade here, Coco Crush, which is absolutely beautiful. Now I will say that I felt like I got quite a bit of fallout from this palette, both with Shell Yeah, but definitely Coco Crush. It doesn't always shock me when I get fallout from shimmer shadows, you know, that can happen definitely, but I felt like especially with Coco Crush I was getting quite a bit. Even when I first dipped my brush into this shade, a lot of the shadow actually kind of like picked up from the pan, if you've ever had that happen with your shadows, and I kind of was using my brush to kind of tap some of that excess shadow back in. So I first tried that shadow dry, and I thought that it looked fine, like I, you know, could definitely get away with it, but especially with how much fallout I got. I went back in with a damp brush, and that helped really give it this very foiled look, which I like a lot more, and it helped a little bit with the fallout too. But even with Shell, yeah, I was a little bit surprised that I was getting some of the fallout onto my eyes from a matte shade, because that doesn't happen a ton. So I wanted to point those out. I didn't really see a lot of issues with Culotta, but again, I was using a very large, kind of more fluffy blending brush, and a lot of times I don't really notice fallout when I'm using that technique. I just added a nude liner to my waterline. This is BCC from Milk Makeup. On the lower lash line, I just did Culotta and Shell, yeah, once again with a blending brush, and then I grabbed a little bit of palm reader to put on the inner part of my eye, and then also as a brow bone highlight. And I really like the way that this look came out. I mean, it was very fast, it was very simple and easy to do, and my biggest complaint would be the fallout, especially with Coco Crush. That's kind of like my biggest issue with the palette so far, I guess I'd say, but I do really like the color scheme in here. And again, this palette does run for $12 for the 9 different shades, but those are some swatches and a quick demo with this palette. This is my first time trying all these products, so this definitely isn't a review of anything. I will come back later and give my full thoughts on everything and how all the different products worked out for me, but I just wanted to share a demo, especially some swatches as well, because I know a lot of you were pretty excited about this collection. So next up, they did also send over a bronzer. It looks like they have 2 different bronzers in the collection. These are both $8. So there's the Coconut Beach bronzer, and then the one they sent to me is Talk to the Palm, and this is described as a neutral matte warm bronze. So again, I do have this on my cheeks. I don't even have foundation on. I just have the Pretty Fresh concealer on, the new concealer that just released. I knew that I wasn't going to be able to do like a full face of makeup today. I just have the bronzer on. I actually don't even have blush and highlight on right now either. I just finished doing the demo, and I was going to do this part, and that's about it. So you guys know I'm not feeling good when that happens, but I really did want to try out this bronzer, because out of the collection and what I was saying in my Willy Bite video, the bronzer is what was calling to me the most. So again, these are $8. This one here is Talk to the Palm. You have a really nice compact once again, and it does have a mirror in here also, which I think is fun. One of the first things that I noticed again with this bronzer is when I placed my brush in here, I got quite a bit of kick up. Like a lot of the shadow kind of went around the compact here, and when I first started to apply it to my cheek, it is very pigmented. So I think with the definitely with these bronzers, I haven't tried the other bronzers from Colourpop, but definitely with this one for sure, I think a little bit will go a very long way. It did blend out easily, which I was glad about, because I immediately was kind of like, oh no, like how much bronzer did I put in here? Oh my. But it blended out fairly easily. One thing with this shade is that I do think that it's very warm. At first when I was applying it, I was like, I don't know if this is going to be too orangey on me, but I don't think it pulled too orange, but it's definitely a very warm toned bronzer. So if you love a really warm bronzer, I think that you would get on with this one. I don't tend to enjoy bronzers that are overly warm, if that makes any sort of sense. I like just kind of like a really natural bronzer, and so sometimes when it's too warm, I just don't like the way that it looks on me. So just off of first bat, and again, I'm not doing like a full face or anything today, so definitely want to give this one more of a shot too. I just felt like it was a little bit too warm for my particular liking, but I'll definitely try it out a few more times. But as far as formula goes, I would just say that it's pretty pigmented. Less is probably going to be more, and kind of build up with the coconut bronzer. They also came out with a few new shades of their lip tints, and they sent me one of the duos that they have. This is the Shell We Dance lip bundle. This runs for $12, and you get 2 different lip tints inside. This one includes Island Time, which is a sheer pinky nude, and also Nude Beach, which is a sheer mahogany. So I have Island Time on right now, and I believe this was the first time I was trying out the Just a Tint lip products. I'm not always really into the lip crayons. They're not my favorite style of applicator when it comes to a lip product. Again, I do have Island Time on my lips. I just thought that it looked like a nice nude that I could pair easily with this eye look, and I will say that the smell is really nice. I haven't lost my sense of smell with the flu. I've lost a lot. I've lost a lot with the flu, but I haven't lost my sense of smell, and the smells really good. Like, It almost kind of smells like, I think it smells like coconuts, but I was gonna say like pina coladas. That's kind of what it reminds me of. And I've only been drinking water and orange juice the last 3 days, so I'm like, man, pina colada sounds nice. Maybe to celebrate when this is when this is moved through my system. But I really do like the way it smells. And I mean, it's not a super sheer lip tint. I think that I got more color payoff than I was expecting. I thought maybe it would be super sheer, but I can see a lot of people really liking this formula if you just want like a quick, you know, just like a quick little color. I mean, you can just do a little touch up. You don't even have to think about it. Like, really simple to use and all of that, which I think is good. It's not my particular favorite style of formula. I usually like something like, you know, I'm a fan of liquid lips. I'm a fan of something that has a little bit more coverage and a little bit more staying power, but yeah, this one has that same smell too. So I mean, I definitely think that there's a lot of people that would enjoy this type of formula, and this is one where off first impressions, I actually like them more than I thought that I was going to. I just didn't think that I was going to be a fan, but this is my first time trying them on, so I definitely want to see, you know, how they wear, like how often am I going to have to reapply them throughout the day and all of that. But I don't know, so far off the bat, I liked these lip tints more than I was expecting to. We have the Call Me On My Shell Phone Super Shock Shadow Trio. Oh, that's great. I love some of the names in this collection. Really crack me up. So we have 3 of the Super Shock shadows. This bundle is $15. Inside you get Peekaboo, which is a metallic ivory with silver glitter, a little quirky, not quirky, which is a peachy gold with blue and silver glitter, and then also Deep Dive, which is bronze with a purple and gold glitter. So those are the Super Shocks in this collection. I don't mind the Super Shocks from Colourpop. They're not my absolute favorite. I know when they were first coming out with these, so many people were loving them. I never had that intense passion for the Super Shock shadows, but I do like them. There's a couple actually that I have right now in my Shop My Stash bag for the month of November, and I've been getting some use out of them. But I do like all the shades. I think that they would complement the palette really well. I don't feel like there's too many like similarities between these and what you would get in the palette too, because I felt that with one of the collections, with the orange collection I think it was. Some of the Super Shocks just looked so similar to what was already in the palette, and I wish there was a little bit more of a difference. So kind of like off first bat, I think that these are a little bit more different to what you get in the palette. But those are the Super Shock Shadow Trio. And then the last thing that I was sent over is actually this lip bundle. This is the Coco Loco Lippy bundle. So inside you get a Lippy Balm and also a Lippy Scrub. This kit retails for $12. And so inside it says, for the perf exfoliating, prep, and nourishing step before any look, you got it with Coco. So you get the Coco Loco Lippy Balm, which is a clear balm, and then also the Coco Loco Lippy Scrub, which is a clear scrub. I do like the Colourpop lip scrubs. I have one of them, and I use it quite a bit. It's just like a light pink one, and I like it. I do use it a handful of times during the week. I just have it sitting front and center on my bookshelf, and when I feel like my lips need a good exfoliation, I use that one. So that is actually my current lip scrub right now. And then you also do have the Clear Lippy Balm, which I haven't tried one of these yet from Colourpop, I don't think. The packaging reminds me, like the packaging and I don't know, my sick brain doesn't allow me to come up with words today, but reminds me a little bit of the Kopari Lip Glossy, which is my favorite. That one is, I believe, supposed to be also coconut flavored, so I'm actually really curious to test this out and see if those are similar, because the Kopari is a little bit, I mean, it's more expensive than the Colourpop would be. I think that one retails for like $15. So I'm excited to give it a try and see if maybe it's like somewhat of a dupe for it. I will have to see, but that is the final items that were sent over to me, is the Lippy Scrub and also the Lippy Balm. Other than that though, that is everything that I was sent for the Coconuts collection. I hope that you enjoyed seeing a little bit more about them, the swatches of them, and a little demo of some of the products that I used today. I'm super bummed that I'm sick. Like, I want to say I'm sorry that I'm sick, but I didn't choose to be sick. And I still wanted to come on, and honestly, today's the best that I've been feeling. So I thought, why not just take a little bit and try to film and not have to miss any more videos. I couldn't go live on Tuesday, which really bummed me out. Yeah, it was just nice to try to get back into the swing of things. But I still hope that you guys were able to enjoy this video. And I know my voice isn't the best, but let me know what you thought. Are you guys planning to grab the coconuts collection? I know a lot of you said in my Will I Buy It video that you're really interested in it. So I hope some of these swatches in the demo helped. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, of course. But other than that, if you guys did enjoy this video, I hope that you'll give it a thumbs up. I hope that you also consider subscribing before you go. And I will see you in my next video. Bye.